Well, great to be here. I first want to just say thank you to everyone who's watching on the live stream from around the world. The US and the UK authorities would love us to forget about this case and to let Julian just be lost in the legal process. You know, the process is the punishment.
Right.
And so it's so important that everyone is paying attention. People around the world are paying attention. People on the streets in London are paying attention. We've got buses coming by, honking in support. We saw the president of Brazil, Lula, tweeting in support last night. And so, you know, hopefully there'll be a resolution to this case, and that will come through global public pressure. I think, you know, we've been following this case for over 12 years. The case has never felt more critical or prescient or urgent than now. We've got a lot of Palestinian flags here too. Yep. And there's so much, obviously, connection between the sort of investigative journalism that this case is about and why students are protesting around the world wanting to know how their money is being used to fund war crimes, essentially. So we've never had this much support, and so it's special to be here today.
It all connects together, right? The idea that this is somehow separate from what's going on is what we'll see back in the States. This is directly connected. You can draw a straight line from this persecution and prosecution of Julian, these attacks on WikiLeaks, draw a straight line through what the students are doing on campus, as well as to say the banning of TikTok.
Exactly. I was about to say the same. Julian was actually really early about understanding the politics of technology, really before people were talking about it. And obviously, as we know, you know, they want to ban TikTok because the young people are really seeing what's actually going on. I think it's also important to remember there's been a lot of progress recently. There's never been this much support on this case. We've got support from the Australian government, who are asking the US to drop this prosecution. We saw Biden make a really interesting remark saying that the US is considering this request. We've seen the German Chancellor say that, you know, this wouldn't be a case in Germany. We've got, as you know, every press freedom, every human rights group, every major media outlet. So there's really like unanimous across the board support. Obviously there isn't support from the CIA and that kind of thing. But the Biden administration does have an opportunity to do the right thing. As we know, the Obama administration did not pursue this because what they described as the New York Times problem. Right. If you do this with Julian, you can do this with any outlet. This happened under the Trump administration. Biden has the opportunity to do the right thing. There is so much institutional global support. I've worked a lot with, you know, social movements in Latin America, for example, and it's important to remember just how much unanimous global support there is and momentum. So let's see what happens today. I think it's really hard to predict. Right. We've heard from so many great people, obviously from Jeremy Corbyn, from Julian's brother, representatives from journalism unions, a former MP from the South African ANC, all sorts of people. If you know anyone in London, encourage them to pop by. It's really powerful being here. But again, I just want to say thank you for paying attention. You know, we're tweeting, let him go, Joe, free Assange. So let's see what happens today.
It reminds me, my brother won a bumper sticker caption contest years ago, going back to during the Iraq War, for Bush-Cheney re-election. And his winning caption for this is satirical, of course, was Bush-Cheney 04, thank you for not paying attention. And that's the importance of this, though, right? I mean, this scares the hell out of them, right?
Yeah. And we know that in previous hearings, the judge actually had to pause proceedings because there was so much noise outside. And so simple things like showing up really make a difference, but also paying attention, obviously, online. Julian's wife, Stella, has said repeatedly that, you know, this is obviously a political case more than the legal. Right. And so showing that people are paying attention, watching online, engaging with content, does make a difference. You know, we are paying attention. The young students are paying attention to war crimes right now. You know, we have an opportunity to have an impact. As we know, sort of solid journalism is completely under threat. And it's powerful. Yeah, it's really powerful being here. There are people from all walks of life. I just saw, you know, two very elderly ladies sort of walking, holding a sign saying these assurances mean nothing. And it's powerful seeing all generations. There's even a dog I've seen at regular
Exactly.
Assange.
We got Maya here with us.
Maya,
Yeah.
I've seen at many Julian events. She's waiting for Julian to be released.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's hope this gets resolved sooner than later. But the process is the punishment, as they say.
Right.
And I guess we have to wait for the right sort of the stars to align for people to be willing to do the right thing.
Right, and as you're speaking, the noise is speaking back up again. There's car horns going. We have buses coming through honking. You know, this is the noise of freedom, essentially, right? There's a bus over there honking again, and this is what happens, though. This is why they want to suppress, because what comes from reading what you want, what comes from listening to what you want, from saying what you want, is action, of course. And so you're going to be with us all day. I know you're going to be talking to folks in and out of the crowd. Any last comments on the crowd?
I mean, the crowd is amazing. I'd love to know where people are watching from. If you feel like putting in the chat or the comments where you're watching from, anything you want us to talk about or address, any thoughts, please share them. We're following, and I know Stella and the family, it means so much to everyone, and obviously Julian. So thank you for being with us.
All right, thank you, Susie. We'll talk to you again soon.
Cheers, thank you.
Okay, bye.